In order to separate Astralis and FURIA, a third map is required. Both teams picking up their pick, and it falls to Nuke. Hoping this one does become a bit of a biff. You can see the knife round, important for the third map to decide side choice, especially on Nuke, and a 1v2.
Safe now.
Go on, lad. It's one and done. Okay, so Astralis get their CT start. FURIA with somewhat of a couple of avant-garde approaches on their T side. I wonder if Chad can talk about it after this pistol goes down, because I suspect this one might start quickly.
Yeah, it could be very so. Nade for the door available on Art here. Molly, couple of smokes and a flash up against... Oh, glaive buying into a 5-7 with a smoke. The rest into Kevlar here. Squeaky's blown off, and out they come.
Quick smoke main. One expert believes a slight edge to FURIA, and wow, one and done. They do shut down glaive, but it's Blame. Two in the feed immediately. Config's got one lodged in his skull. Blame might even find more here. Peppers through, gap closed, caught on the reload, and we're done.
Talking about gaps, massive gap within that main smoke. That's the only way that Blame could have found any action
Must have
there.
been blocked, you think?
I'm not sure. It could have been a misthrow. You know, a lot of players here in the quickness of all of it could misthrow that smoke, and you can see how lethal all that can be. So massive for the Danes to kick it off with the pistol conversion. Look at this gap.
Oh, it's
Look
huge.
how huge it is. And just 2 kills off the back of that. So a misthrown smoke, and the demise right here as Config pokes up his little head, drops the bomb, and finishes the round off. It's the Bash brothers with a pair apiece. And this is important right now because, as you were just mentioning, it's an unorthodox T side that is played on. Out and down the vent he goes. The plant is name of the game right now, and the chase is on Art. Can he get the digits in time?
Does he actually get a bomb plant? Wow, Glock down the vent. It's a slight gap, and it's been punished. Fair play, FURIA.
Mission accomplished.
They're going to get themselves a whole lot of extra cash, and even a frag. Diffuser's coming in. Glaive not to be too concerned. Yuurih's grabbed himself a FAMAS.
Yeah, I don't know if he really wants to keep that into the next round of play. Maybe hoping someone comes his way, but bomb defused 2-0, and that was quick. And quick is what we can come to expect from FURIA. Now, unorthodox, off-meta, there's a couple of ways to describe this T side. We even had some smoke walls that brought up many questions. That was it meant to be a fake? Did they flub it on purpose to do a bit of a fake? But this is the thing. They like to play through lobby. You heard Kassan talking about it there on the desk. I want to see if they've diversified it all. Now would be a perfect time to start throwing some on-meta plays like the L-block smokes or something that Astralis wouldn't have been able to prep for here, but we're into the buys.
And it seems they will be stubborn in that respect for the first couple of smatterings of util. Blame happy to take some space early on red.
Oh, in and out here, so has seen enough. Nades towards top silo. Actually chunking that one right at the toes right there. Chips him on down to 64 points of health, and finally to stand and deliver. Now, you would want to have a bit more of a top-centric defense if you're not worried about players slipping secret or into main too much. And Farley glued as they test Zipex at ramp here.
He was so good on his B side. Molly forces him completely out and just swung on. Should be seeing him go down. Took their time. Blame unable to rotate through. Flames on the floor. Deny the option.
Looks like Farley is aware that Yuurih could be lurking towards Yard here. Has made a couple of sound cues as Yuurih's starting to pivot on in, and the lobby aggression, the next on the cards for Astralis' color by number Counter-Strike.
Made it past Blame, so there is a gap. And Farley's safe, at least for now.
Blame's actually falling further into CT spawn, so should have a good angle if Yuurih tries to go up and over.
Just like that.
Doesn't even get up. It's over.
Exactly. Oh, and Glaive makes sure of it. A quick burst of the MP9, and only KSCERATO to deal with, and that's Glaive handling business. He'll take that every day of the week. 4 frags for him in the opener.
I really think that a bit of praise needs to be handed to Zip there, because he was mollied out, and a lot of players in that type of position would drop under. The fact that he gets 1, he does get traded, he does do a little bit of damage right there, but 1 is good. I think 1 is good in that situation, because dropping under does tend to give over a lot of space, and you can see Blame was worried about Hell and Yard, so fortunate to find that one too, but well handled from Astralis here. And what the hell is this? Safe into an AWP, KSCERATO into an AK, the rest into some Deagle, so an odd buy. This is on brand for FURIA here, as Safe is going to have a look towards Yard, the spam through. KSCERATO's found an opening, but traded back immediately.
At least the AK's not lost, but no armor for it to be plied properly. Oh, I tell a lie, sorry, Drop does have a vest.
Yeah, just Kev. No head armor, so still very susceptible to the bullets of the M4, and Farley showing some little tricks of the trade. But this is actually quite nice now to be operating with the AWP. If I transition over to Safe, he's yet to fire a shot. So unknown right now.
And I mean, I would imagine that Farley's probably going to be in a position that's easy to Oh, just like that. Farley tucked in, nice and tight. Art grabbed himself an M4. Glaive has no info other than the sounds of a scope.
Needs to be careful. This smoke is
careful.
oddly placed, isn't it? Zip is clearing lobby right now. Glaive is doing the same. And they are just going down secret. Even though they have the number advantage, Astralis are about to have all the info. Config is worried about the wrap to heaven. You can see him holding that from CT vent on the X-ray here.
Yeah. So will he be first down the vents? Is vents the option? I mean, do you really...
it should be Zip, actually, from ramp.
Yeah, he's still worried about heaven and hell.
They're gambling incorrectly here. Maybe an Astralis save if the bomb goes down.
Yeah, one would assume. And considering the buy, I can't believe FURIA have pulled this off again.
Another odd one, right? An AK and an AWP, and they walk on out with what could be the round.
I mean, is this something you rehearse? It
can't be any way, right?
KSCERATO swinging open the door and just taking a main biff?
That's it, right? It's stubborn in the way that... Oh, hold up. Zip here trying to deny the molly. Not going to get them anything. Glaive's found a kill. This one's on.
It is. Out of almost nowhere. yuurih was trying to hold the vent rotate, but they're already on their way. Safe gonna struggle to contribute. Config's found another. And now it really gets awkward for FURIA. Astralis written out prematurely. yuurih maybe can catch Config. Fully blind is dropped. They're playing this to perfection. And Deacon, so many opportunities for yuurih. If he could just stop the defuse. He's got the AWP. If he could just stop the defuse. He misses the shot. The full defuse. Oh, agonizing for FURIA. And a perfect retake out of Astralis.
Yeah, the devil's in the details there. It felt too good, didn't it? They don't take any contact getting into the lower side. The best was what felt like a Hail Mary molly out of Zip. This was the opener. This is how everything kicked on off. It was the safe shot onto Farley that was beautiful too. The trade from the Flames. This is the shot at range. And yeah, you mentioned the box. It is a good angle for the AWP to take the fight, but it must have felt too good, right? Okay, yeah, we're in. They're not coming. And then everything, the dominoes, fell over one at a time here, and yuurih losing it all, unable to deny there in the final throws of the round. Now, it was an odd buy, so it's not the end of the world. They've been able to push the issue. They've been able to get the bomb down. They've been able to keep that cash stimulated here, but maybe one that FURIA feel like they've let slip through their fingers.
Yeah, two out of the 4 rounds that they've conceded have involved that bomb going down. Of course, we saw Art dipping down with the Glock, but this one a whole lot more substantial.
Blame's into an AUG here. Don't mind it. I think it's a bit underused at the moment. I suppose that's because the M4 is, well, silent and
cheap.
Hard to find. Yeah, cheap too.
Vents? No, up. Straight out top killing here. Vents are still blind. Farley does not get to play the game, and neither do Astralis. Playtime is cancelled.
This one has to be a save now. Can't be more of the same from the previous. Blame disconnected. Zip 2. Bomb goes down. 40 seconds thrust onto the clock, and this one has to be FURIA's first.
It does feel like that some of these quicker rounds on T-side Nuke, it does boil down to if that main player sprays down 2. You know, if he doesn't, you pop into the site with some good flashbang.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? When you talk about CT protocol utility, traditionally you have 2 players going up the rafters. You have one throwing the first Molotov towards the squeaky door. Oh, trying to throw that one away, I think. Art is going to get that into his hands. And yeah, you tend to throw that first Molotov towards Squeaky, the second one towards Hut. That's the deny. And then the T's, if they want to come through, they have to extinguish, and then they're coming through grey screens, and you're meant to be able to lock them down at the choke point. So you bang on. If you don't have that main player there to spam, it was an AWPer. And as soon as he smoked his flash, takes one shot, you could see he came out of the white screen to KSCERATO in his face going, hello, and denying him, and then plucking them as they try and scramble to get into the site. So very well done here. This is the first, yeah, just tucking into the vent. Config even got the opening kill, but immediately traded. So a good trade from Art there, and that's all she wrote as the AWP.
Just making sure it doesn't blow anywhere funny into an Astralis warehouse save. FURIA fans, we've got some arts and crafts going on over there. We've got some Andre masks. Living for it, and again, going straight towards the vents. Is Art going to get away with this again, loudly, but down?
Who's responding to this? You already have Zip towards the lower side of things.
Is that a full wall of smokes, Chad?
Oh, it might actually be here.
I think they are throwing it.
You don't see this every day of the week.
Wow, FURIA breaking their own rules.
If they go through, though, Blame is... They're not. They're going around, which is the right call to make here. Art has the vent rotation. The only player they have to deal with is the one man of Zip, who went down early. That will be heard. They know that he's up close and personal, but surely Zip knows that Art could have got into the vent here.
Yeah, has it been too long? It's not like he's going to forget about it.
I guess they did. They had no idea. You can't just drop on into that. They mustn't have known.
It must have been comms over the top of it, yeah. He just gets it. It was so quick. It was so fast. Very regimented in their opening maneuvers.
On Mirage, they had a couple of these rounds that FURIA got the opening kill and couldn't convert, so the double up needed.
Yeah, they do need to find this frag. Convert the round. This is all compulsory now. Farley is there with Zip. Zip trying to bait and switch, and great shot gets to silence the single door presence and trying to keep them busy. Zipex jumps into their jaws, and Blame and Config are here to solve all your problems. Astralis neutralize the threat, and they got Zip to thank.
What a play from Zip. You could see how much pressure he was under. That was coming through the door side, then he's able to take that fight on Decon. Farley's up on the rafters with their AWP, hoping to be able to take a shot, but nothing comes his way. Zip, the hero of that one.
4v5, and even after a proper blunder from Glaive.
Yeah, this is the thing. I guess they had no idea that Art made it on down. This is the first fight, and you can see here just thinking on his toes, Zip knowing that he can draw the crosshair in his direction.
And then it was 7 bullets, jumping off the rafters to finish the job.
Beautiful stuff there, and it's actually forced a second timeout. So this is maybe 2 rounds that FURIA feel that they have let go. Opportunities to convert early in this T-side, break the back of Astralis, get that economy gain flowing in their favor. They can buy again. They are having the conversation. It's still very early days here. They're throwing like threatening looks at Astralis. They just need to get the conversions. AWP into the hands of Safe this time. AKs for everybody else. And do they go back to the stock standard lobby maneuvers, or do they drop another smoke wall?
Dudes, yeah, it's good to see Zip in full form. 122 ADR at the moment. See if he can hold on to some degree of that. As we fly on in, full guns. Ready to see FURIA probably never throw that wall of smokes again.
Yeah, they've had enough of Yard, I'm sure.
Zip, from dominating the lower side to getting sprayed away to 40. He wiggles his way back to safety.
Yeah, they sniffed him out there, didn't they? So up close and personal. Unconfirmed damage. There'll be a bit of blood splatter on the wall here as KSCERATO is starting to apply more pressure. A main smoke giving him something to work with here, but Config top heart perched and ready. And the AWP from Farley, it rings out too.
Ooh, Config aggressive. And they're coming. Top site. Flavin a lovely little off angle. Does punish Art, but drop in. Config lingers in the smoke. He loves a play like this. Does Config? Is yuurih going to be able to address the possibility? Seems to have considered it and punishes Config immediately. Flash from Blame.
Discussing the save.
Oh, they don't have one, yeah.
Yeah, just talking this one through.
Farley has one.
It's already a save call. And that's the thing, you can understand why yuurih is so suspect of that smoke, is because the rest of his team had already cleared out the entire site, and they knew that there was an AK they're spamming, right? So he's either in the vent, or he's pushed into Squeaky. yuurih solves that puzzle, and beautiful stuff, just 2 kills. yuurih and Drop are the ones to convert that. You see Art backpedaling out of Heart as well. That's a great trade. Glaive didn't hit the instant headshot. If Glaive stopped him at the door, his crosshair wouldn't have had to have moved so wide, but because it does, the trade available, space is made, and even though Art goes down looking the wrong way, it makes the difference. And there you go, FURIA do break through, able to convert one off the back of that. You can see Farley with the AWP over towards ramp as well, right? Having the AWP more Heart and, well, not Heart, like top and ramp centric, knowing that FURIA aren't going to be out in Yard too much. Not the bad, or not the worst call to make by any means. That's the yuurih kill onto Config. And while the buy can come back on in, one more of these consecutive, if they can completely clean house and wipe Astralis out, would send them down into the dumps as terms of the finances go. 1,900 lost into the next. There's residual for Zip and Blame. So will be a conversation of a buy into the next round of play. But the same opener, they don't open Squeaky, they smoke in front of the vent, gives Art a bit more flexibility to try and make a couple of moves. The molly on top of Hut to die in the early space, and Glaive, he just doesn't want to allow that opening, and here it is. Look, Art just creeps on out.
1 bullet. He has to get out of there, and it's cost him a great deal of health, in fact, all of it. yuurih finishes the job. Art silently descends with grace.
Oh, Blame, what a push. What an absolute push this is. yuurih's addressing
to be ready
it.
for it. Head to head. Blame dead. Good catch from yuurih. And it could have fallen apart right there. Config tanked up through that smoke spray.
Yeah, it's very desperate, right? They wanted to deny Art this space. He's still going to get it anyway, and another kill falls their way. Back turned. Art's going to find a frag, and that should be the round. Has to be the save here, unless Farley and Zip can pick up a couple.
We've got so much room in Yard. I mean, surely with Art stretching his legs there, you can just slowly close in on the remaining Danes. Farley's looking in the right direction to punish this lobby.
Heart's on the lower side, so he should be dead, and that's something to work on now.
Can't drop the ball again.
I don't think they will.
Oh my god, he gets it and gets away. And a no-scope from Farley. He denies entrance into the site. Oh, and a no-scope into drop. He hits the wall bang, makes a round out of it now. Zipex in the 1v1. yuurih, sweat on the brow. Oh, up and over. Zipex poked it out. Here's it and snaps into it. Astralis break FURIA's back over their knee. And it's Farley. Lobby locked down with that close quarters AWP.
Has a grin on his face. I can understand why. That right there, the no-scope through the hut onto drop. What the hell was that? This is combat AWPing right here. They're unable to punish. He gets to peek on back, running into the AWP. Barrel is safe, and then check this one out. No idea. No idea. Just takes it on the sound cue.
Yo.
Dangerous indeed.
Absolutely, Chad. He is danger incarnate. Oh, and Zip never going to let that 1v1 go. He lives for those. Damn, Astralis, that's spicy. Goosebumps on the skin after that one, and yuurih just feels robbed.
That's 3 rounds now that FURIA, they've had legs up, massive legs up, and they've just dropped the ball. Well, back into the buy, they can keep this one threatening, but the mental is what is being tested now.
I mean, yeah, I was about to give them credit for getting back on their feet, but Farley whacks them with a no-scope.
You got to remember how this round kicks off. Glaive goes down to a hut wall bang.
2v4.
It all falls apart right there.
Oh, wow. FURIA's mental thoroughly tested now.
Again.
Has given him another one. Another opening kill. Into the site. Crosshair in the wrong place. Config stands vigilant and ready for more. Ready for yuurih. Does go down. It's Art again who's managed to somehow break into this top site.
I gotta convert this one, surely.
Oh, well,
I feel like I have to stop saying this.
I'm still in disbelief, but yeah, it does seem like this one is going to cool off.
One of the problems right now for Astralis is when they're responding to this top pressure that's being felt through the squeaky door maneuvers and then the hut spam is if they do play through main, they're under bombardment, right? There's so many nades, bullets, everything coming on through, whereas you would like to start 2 up on the rafters, but if you do that, then vent drop is very susceptible. So it's a tricky game that they're playing. Glaive is trying to make sure Art can't get down the vent, but is putting himself in the firing line, and he's gone down early in 2 consecutive rounds here, so they will get this one back. It was a miracle for Astralis to pick that one up.
Yeah, we haven't seen 2 consecutive from either of these squads yet. They're trading blows. I mean, who does that favor, you'd argue?
FURIA, I would say, yeah. And this is the thing. The save from Farley and Zipex here will get them 2 more buys coming on through. It is one of the individuals maybe dropped MP9.
Yeah, visible.
Oof, the nade going right off, so look at it all. And just as the smoke starts to plume, so Art's got some keen eyes on him here, and yeah, it's desperate because Blame needs to help Config. He's trying to take advantage of all of this. And Art hasn't really cooled off, right? He's had 2 good maps back to back, whereas Config had a great first map and a very quiet second. So if Config can get online here, 7 kills currently, we could have a real biff on our hands. Top rush again.
Really? Stubborn. Config fully blind and executed from drop. Drop needs more. Glaive delivers 1 on the MP9. Immediately, FURIA have once again seized control of this top site. Can Zip voice concern? He's going through.
Oh, that's his
eats the flash. Eats the flash.
He's going to burn.
Oh, 3 HP as he gets himself out of dodge. Yikers.
If he fell off there, he would have died. He would have been dead meat. It would have been a crater. That would have been Zip falling off on Vertigo and then jumping to his demise. Oh. Do they really want to test this here?
Well, let's see if Farley's got another one of those special summings.
I don't know how you get back in here. Unless Blame can find something coming through lobby. The nade's not bad, but it gives up his position. A flash through for Zip. And he just peeks on out to his death. Save these 2 guns. Don't give them away, but Blame's got different ideas.
Can't really go. Smoke on the fade will shut him down. It's all on to Art. There's no time, no kit, but it's presence and pressure from Astralis, and they will take everything away from FURIA and leave with an AWP. Astralis are making this hurt, even in victory.
Oh, yeah, but this round's on the T side. FURIA are up to 4, and this is mainly just through that top side play, so it is super susceptible right now. Astralis, how do you address this? How do you stop this? If they can just keep waltzing into top side, if they can just keep finding picks on A, it's meant to be the bunker. It's meant to be the site you can lock on down.
Now, I know I'm probably not qualified for a question like this, but, you know, was there an incendiary? Was it just missing? Was it a question of finances? They walking out of hut so quick.
There's a couple of ways you can go for extinguishers there. I didn't quite catch it. Oof.
This is the flash. Look at that. Oh, oh, disaster. Disaster. On the moonwalk, then the strafe, and ooh, it could have been a wobbly. Look at the flames as well. He just walks the tightrope. So Zip, bit of a circus play. Art ending up going down with the ship, but just getting enough frags. Astralis, they've got an AWP, and I think that's where the conversation stops.
Yeah, because here's the thing. 2,400 is the loss bonus into the next. So this saved AWP. Blame's not the guy you want to be wielding this right now. Not known to be an AWPer is old Blame, but he's the only one with head armor. Nobody else investing a single thing. Farley's into a P250.
Blame the AWPer.
Well, this is it, right? Let's see what he can do with it. It's definitely outside of the box. We talk about FURIA being unorthodox. Well, Blame having the AWP is that too.
Yeah, ramp. I like this. It could be interesting if FURIA find themselves there, but they might just be doing what Art likes to do best, which is walk on out, get on down, and start the ratty procedures. KSCERATO is vulnerable over this gap. I won't be expecting that.
Look how far Art has gone. Just down, he's going to poke his head up from Secret, and he'll be able to call yard clear, at least for the most part.
I mean, unless he's looking lockers onto Zip, he's not going to get any info.
This round shouldn't get out of control. Look, Blame's not the guy who strikes me as an aggressive AWP player by any means. Zip has spotted some info here. He just caught Art on the jiggle, and Blame's coming back, so Blame might be able to put a leash on this, and that's an AK that could be stuck in warehouse. There you go. Zip, go pick that one up. I've got you a gun, mate.
Good info. Building off of that, things can go awry here. FURIA cannot afford, just for the mental side of an aspect of this game, to concede here. And there is a conflict resolution. Blame kept a lid on. And that recovered AK, well, it's better than nothing.
You've seen that move before, right? That's the simple move. When they know the top hits come and drop on in and grab as many as you can, but Blame with 2 in the round, so actually got something out of the saved AWP. It's not going to hurt the finances too much here of FURIA, but if Zip can get another kill or two, maybe it will. 6-5, we're going to find ourselves just a 1-round game. As we jump into the replay of these eco slaughters on the top side here, KSCERATO doing a good job of grabbing a couple and drop with a pair of his own. So beautiful stuff, and that was where they did lose the opening kill of Art towards yard, but handled, taking care of business, and looking good now. FURIA out of, what are we looking at here? It's going to be 3 consecutive rounds, all of which with the bomb going off. And you think about the 1 round in the last 5 that was able to be posted by Astralis was a round that they probably shouldn't have won.
You could say that. Probably is a...
Let's go definitely shouldn't have won.
Let's go for probably in like italics, bold, underlined.
What a wild round.
Whatever.
Probably the craziest we've had so far today.
Yeah, Farley just, I mean, doing the impossible. And since then, the question would be FURIA's mental state. But these boys do seem to have really managed to keep a strong head on their shoulders. I'm sure Gary's got to probably get some of the credit as well. Coach Gary against, of course, Trace.
Well, they're still going with this opening move, FURIA, right? That smoke in front of Squeaky, the Molotov top of Heart, and they're rinsing repeating that, which is allowing a lot of questions early. This time, turning their attention towards yard. Could catch Blame off guard. He's on his lonesome here as the smoke wall lands, but look at that gap.
Hoping to have Blame's attention drawn. And he goes straight into main. Over the smoke, but Config brings the pain, shuts it down. FAMAS v AK.
Look at this room. Not ready for this.
Lots of space. Won't be ready for Glaive with a response. What a shot out of KSCERATO. Blame has kept a lid on it. It's yuurih to keep us interested. Drop in hut. Bomb on the floor. Well, Glaive just thread towards a more aggressive stance, and yuurih going right back around through lobby. Okay, this one gets interesting now.
And whenever yuurih or KSCERATO are still alive, there's always a chance. Glaive is very close to this, jumping up and over. Hasn't caught the info of drop just yet. Farley, well, we've seen him here before.
Yeah, a little more faith in it now. Especially as a 2-man hut. 50 seconds, so it's a waiting game. It's a thinking man's game here in the mid-round. FURIA looking for a 4.
They're pushing, they're pushing.
That's what he was waiting for. It loses the duel. Glaive better.
Position's given up now.
HP, you can maybe finish him off. He's doing the flashbang dance in the open. One bullet, but that's enough of a distraction. Farley strikes, and so do Astralis. They finally break the trend of FURIA.
Oof, Art's going to be a bit frustrated there. It felt like he made a really good play, right, by getting into main here, but head switched on is Config. Prepared for that with the famous top. Heart gets a very big kill. And for blameF, there's a lot of question marks that he's having to ask himself. He's saying, hey boys, like this is open right now. They've thrown the smoke ball. He's addressing a lot. And these trades coming back and forth. It was great from blameF to find two. yuurih getting caught off guard. And the damage feels like he shot first onto glaive there, but couldn't convert the kill. They're buying back up and they're rushing top again.
Oh my god, it worked. But Config's got the perfect weapon for the job. The alligator looking to feed. And it does. Mows down the FURIA boys. 3 in quick succession. Counter wallbang's good. KSCERATO, scary for a moment. But it's only yuurih. Only one of the fangs of FURIA alive and kicking. But already takes a bite out of glaive. Plenty of time now. Bomb is within a retrieval distance. We'll get that. Keep the seeds of doubt to be sown. blameF going for an aggressive maneuver through the yard. A sound cue at this point would betray yuurih.
Farley's ramp with the AWP right now. Oh, it's not the op, it's the M4 in hand.
Okay, Farley gets the info and gets a face full of lead. yuurih, can you really close for FURIA?
You have no idea where blameF is. Absolutely none. You know that he tends to play towards that main position, a bit more of a rotator out towards yard. So there's so many question marks for yuurih during all of this. Has to trust his instincts. He likely to get the bomb down here before blameF responds. But this would be a big clutch here from yuurih as he pumps the brakes and allows blameF to play out. Now, both these players relatively passive in nature. You can see sticking to their guns, hoping that the other makes the mistake, makes the trip up right here. blameF starting to move now. Looks like he has addressed where the bomb has been planted, but there's still unknowns. blameF knows it is B. yuurih has absolutely no idea right now where he's coming from.
With the low HP, he's just going to have to back himself into a corner. Allow blameF to come for him. Close now. The nade. The nade's not gonna catch him. yuurih does not give it up. Trying to lull yuurih into the swing. Patience. Patience. And it prevails. yuurih clutches up. One right back, and you can hear what it means to them. The South Americans needed that to stay competitive. 12 frags, but yuurih, those 4 mean a whole lot more. See this one again. You can see what Config did to them. He really did make them do backflips. Look at this, to topside push into that shotgun. blameF manages to find one, but it's not the only one left. yuurih catching them all. What a clutch.
That's crazy. Absolutely mental
this
stuff
one
there.
As well.
After Config does all that, you don't expect it to go down like that. And broken late in the piece here, down to pistols and pebbles, pushing ramp safe. He needs to get something done here. He's got the backup to close it on down, but the aim a little bit wobbly. Crisis averted. The final 2 over towards ramp, and they should be getting 7-7, tying things up. I say that. Config's just taken 2.
Fig, what have you done? He's made a little bit of a round out of this. There shouldn't be anything to be too concerned about. Looks like the bomb should be going down courtesy of yuurih.
They know where both were because Zip shot his deagle as well. So both were over towards ramp. They're not hanging around for these weapons. They've already pivoted here in Config. Still got time to work here.
Nice
not anymore.
Nice find. Config, long range burst. He's willing for the duel. Backs himself. yuurih happy for another 3.
This is the thing, right? When yuurih is playing like this, you get into the other side, that's when KSCERATO is going to step up to the plate. The 2 of them, absolute monsters right here. You don't need any of this crazy business from Art right here, right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd argue that KSCERATO and yuurih need to put in a shift if they want to best Astralis here on Nuke. This is a territory they're all too familiar with, albeit with a new component.
This right here is a bit strugglesome from Safe as well. His AWP on that CT side is going to be instrumental. He's going to need to find some impact, so we'll see if he can get things going. But again, the same opener towards top, the same pressure towards Squeaky.
How do they get away with this? He's exposed, and down he goes. Config catches him. It's KSCERATO down the vents, though. Oh, okay, so it's a typical start. Bar the fact you're missing 2 prongs.
Yeah,
drop an Art.
This is the thing, right? If they expect Art to be the vent drop, they might not be expecting KSCERATO down here. So the biggest window of opportunity is for these 2 to get across secret without being detected. KSCERATO will have the vent rotate. We can see on the radar, top left of the screen, nobody from Astralis is dressing with a B bomb site just yet. Watching. So if they go now, there's an opportunity. There's a real opportunity right now.
Wide open.
Look at the utility they have left over as well. There's a molly and a smoke for yuurih and Safe. So KSCERATO does not have to move from this vent position. The 2 of these individuals can make their way towards the window side. They could smoke and molly left and right side of ramp. And then they're able to get into the site because nobody is lower right now. if they can fortify, if they can set themselves up into the lower side, plant without being dissuaded whatsoever, without losing a body, FURIA could turn around a 3-on-5 situation.
Looking to win out their T-half on Nuke. T-half on Nuke. There's the break of the windows. That signifies what's coming.
Vent's been given up by KSCERATO here. That might be an issue.
Rotates have been summoned. KSCERATO returns to his vent. Zipple ready to respond as well. 2 of them down the ramp.
We'll have to be maybe all 5 of them through ramp here.
Yeah, they are starting to group that way. Safe, you've had a quiet half, but you can really make up for it now. Look at the amount of bodies descending into your ramp. He hears them. Common pre-fire, powerful angle, and a perfect flash forces him off. They start to surge through. So many unknowns, so many different elevations. He needs to find a frag, he needs to find more than one. It's only the one. Good trades and positioning. Baits the shot, they know KSCERATO as well. Still, yuurih from the windows, forces him off the bomb. They're running out of time, no kit, just need to kill Config, and there you have it. FURIA turn it on its head. 3 versus 5, the double opening, not enough, and they will leave with the W, a big win. This is FURIA fighting hard, tooth and nail, to get to that semi-final. Astralis stand in their way, and we'll need a quick break, as they do too.
Hey Future Pros! Took the private jet to Nuke today to give you a flash for the A side. This flash will help your team greatly.
First half, you can see yuurih saving the day in order to leave FURIA on 8. Config on that defuse with no kit, poor soul. But this is our final map of this quarter-final. We're looking to lock them in. The winner of this will play head-to-head with the winner of FaZe Na'Vi. Yes, you heard me correctly. FaZe Na'Vi, the final before the final, is tonight. So cancel your plans, cancel that hot date, or bring her along to watch the fun unfold. yuurih, 19 frags, Chad, as we swap sides, and he is definitely firing on all cylinders in this must-win game. Certainly for both. Astralis take to the T side. Let's see what they're cooking.
Tweedle blown off. Another nade for glaive here. Flash on through and away we go.
Whoa, yuurih! He's nearly got 3. Does take him, maybe a 4th. He's dropped to steal it. And that's the pistol, folks.
yuurih cannot be stopped. yuurih is on an absolute tear. He is hot right now. And if they run in his direction, he will mow you down. The Julies, the 30 bullets of doom. Shut this one out. Look at him. Anti-flash. Bang, bang, bang. Get on out.
He was looking the other way and slapped some, but let's see it again. Thank you very much, EVS. They agree. That is worth a second replay. And almost collateral with the Julies. He gets 2 frags with the 2 pistols in 2 seconds.
You normally expect that player top hut. He's played on the floor.
Yeah.
He has shut this one down before it could get out of control. And FURIA, if they didn't have a leg up from that massive T side where yuurih popped off, they definitely do now. It's an eco from Astralis. It's a chance for double digits for the Brazilians right here, right now.
You cheeky boy. I love it. Art's only rocking the USP. Will re-smoke on that door if he feels any scrutiny. They're actually hoping to bait out utility, and yeah, that Zipex door plate only works once.
Well, let him off the leash. Allow KSCERATO to go and find me some cash here, and he will. Another kill. At 1,200 already.
This is always one of those nice, fun rounds. You get to stretch your legs, fill your lungs with some extra oxygen.
Keep sniffing out the ecos.
Yeah, sniffing out the ecos. A little bit of a cobra myself.
Well, up on the roof, they're making themselves a little bit harder to find. As Astralis is just waiting out any more aggression or utility. And, well, we'll take the bomb. Thank you very much. Drop that one down the fireman pole and... we'll get found out. Apparently the Glock is better. Blame will pick up 1, but that's it, done. The buy coming on through from Astralis now, and they need to word this into action almost immediately. Cannot miss a beat. have to get stuck in on the first gun round, and that pistol round still just... Look, yuurih closed those last couple of rounds with multi-kills and then starts the second half. He is on an absolute tear right now, 23-7.
Yeah, and you were talking about him on the CT side. He made his CT presence immediately noted. All right, Astralis do need to definitely, as you just said, kind of get out of these starting blocks fiercely. See what they can do. Safe. Had a quiet half, wasn't required in order to have a very competitive one from his squad.
Now, on this.
There's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Smokes are up.
I'd be interested to see if they do try and exploit drop on ramp. We have had that discussion before while doing a FURIA game of play. Now, look at Art. He's found a gap in the smoke here.
Just enough to catch blameF on his adventures. That is mean. Config's unknown. Completely unknown.
Going the wrong way.
Never mind. He's just moved around the maneuver alone from Art.
And it's the MP9. The weakest gun right now in the server has taken away 2.
Chad, if I just say, Astralis' first gun round on Yard was dismantled by an MP9.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
It's not the weapon for the job, but apparently so. Art has destroyed this. Astralis, a 3-on-5 situation, probably scratching their heads, wondering if it should be a save. If your 2 entry fraggers, Config and glaive, go down so early, you don't have the AWP on Farley, what are you meant to do?
yuurih might have a finishing blow here, and yeah, just the legs sticking out like sore thumbs. KSCERATO will take one, and it's only Zipex.
That top site has to be one of the scariest top sites, I think, in all of Nuke. I think KSCERATO and yuurih, as a duo, one of the most under-celebrated duos there is. Those 2 individuals are just absolute monsters on these rifles. And well, fragging 24/7 is yuurih.
Hey, yo, he certainly is, and he has been. On demand, on tap. KSCERATO. Okay, Art. Long-range spray, and he gets a smile on his face. Yeah, yuurih, you can see him there on the right side of your screens, is having a real game. And I mean, in the quarterfinals, that's when you need your stars. That's when you need both of these stars. That name of which we put out to community. We were searching for answers. And I'm starting to really believe that both KSCERATO and yuurih are certainly the fierce fangs of FURIA. Charging in with Tech 9s. Looking like KSCERATO is the one to come online here, looking to take another bite. It's glaive to fall in the fight, and more from KSCERATO. Repels the invaders. 3 out of him. Get out of my top site. Here comes Zipex, throwing himself into the claws, and it could very well be KSCERATO. The second fang takes a bite and takes a bow. 12 on the board.
Yeah, got to get this act together right now. Trace knows it, and over there it's smooth sailing. Gary's real happy with how things are going here. You want to do a topside rush, you want to try out games, well, you don't have the right utility to do so. Stand, deliver, fight. It's just aim map in a tight corridor as KSCERATO chews them on up.
The only break is when he needs more bullets. They just keep hailing into his line of fire. So you go through Hut, you meet yuurih. You go through Door, you meet KSCERATO. Maybe we go somewhere else.
This might be it here. If they're unable to get any traction, Astralis, an opening kill almost feels essential. An aggressive ramp from Drop. It's his turn.
He's definitely gone to Art's school of Counter-Strike. Hold W, charge in, entry frag. Astralis haven't got to play a single round from a 5v5.
This is really rough now for the Danes. They are just being stifled, suffocated, absolutely mauled by the Panther.
Now he finds himself here. Perfectly positioned to try and build off of that flashbang. Glaive tucks in, evades the nade nicely. yuurih, though, is still on the prowl. And jumping straight into his crosshairs is 1, make 2. Config executed. 26 now for yuurih. Oh, he actually hit that. Farley, good one on the wrist flick.
Oh, he's dropped off here quite aggressively, has safe. This
legs.
round is done. This is done. This is so flat right now. It's the AWP of Farley to save, and they're not going to allow this. They're already getting a move on.
That was a quick decision from KSCERATO. We'll get up and over. That's another element to the Hut player presence in old Farley.
Might catch him.
He might even get shot in the back of the head. Never mind that.
Just tucked in out of the line of sight, but he's going to backpedal into it.
Knife. One tap.
That's just as nice. And look, this is there's no T-side established. There's been no T-side established. Bomb has not gone down.
No conditioning, no successes. How many actual deaths have there been?
4 kills. There have been 4 kills total on Astralis for this T-side. That's it. That's all they've been able to manage. This is getting away from them quick. Look at this.
Look at this boy go.
First bullet, straight to the dome of Blame. Just trying to default, just trying to hold on to a bit of territory there, and he's dead. It's back to the pistols. Astralis, you need a plant. You need something. They've got some nades. They're going to throw these through towards main.
Uh-oh. Are they coming into KSCERATO and yuurih's home? Looks like they think better of it.
Oh, those nades find them nothing, and now they're going to turn their attention to a smoke wall late. They're getting destroyed right now. FURIA, this is fierce.
It's a nice smoke thrown out as well. It's just going to really, well, I was going to say deter glaive.
He has to go through it. He knows it. He knows it.
He's got to take a couple of gambles in their current situation.
Heading towards drop here.
Yeah, he got a nice opening.
Playing an off angle, and he's got save coming. This is the 2 trying to batten down the hatches. They'll be here in time.
They had the drop. Oh, and he's been forced off as well. Maybe not ready, though. Maybe not ready for the AKs.
Oh, they're going heaven. They're going heaven. It's the right call.
Heard this. Up the ladder. Okay, yuurih. 1. Dinked. Should be KSCERATO to repel them, and he has. At least 3 frags.
Oh.
Make it a 4th as he knocks Config for 6. It's Farley's D. Can be scary, but oh, safe. Safe.
Oh.
It's himself a no scope of his own design.
That's his 4th kill. That's a stylish 4th kill to get right there, and that was on Farley, the man who did similar scenes to them over in Hut. A timeout called, only the second of which for Astralis. 2 rounds now for the Brazilians. Blistering hot right here, right now.
Just a little bit of ladder inaccuracy on the no-scope, but he makes up for it in buckets and no-scopes. Brah. That's
beautiful
the sound it makes.
That's the official mouth sound right there.
14, bro. FURIA are 2 rounds away from a semi-final here at Pro League.
This is massive stuff. Loving what I'm seeing. No plants, nothing for Astralis. Scratching their heads. They get the buy back in, but you've been given nothing, been given no room, no quarter to work with. And yeah, sure, you go around, you wrap to heaven. You want to go topside from a different direction, that's fine. The 2 of them are still there. They're not going anywhere.
And what yuurih doesn't provide, KSCERATO seems to. 27-8, quite the KD. Let's get it on. Round 22, and heading yard is glaive. Zip as well. The veterans want to try their luck in safes. Caught. I say that, he's actually ramp. What am I talking about? No one is deployed to yard. No one at all.
Might just start pushing here. They're seeing lobby relatively clear. Art, oh yeah, he's sniffing this one out. Nobody picking in his direction. He'll take all the room.
Suspicious. A little suspicious.
Nobody on B, and they don't need to be.
I mean, Blame is lobby holder, and he's doing it from T-roof.
They're not across yet, right? So the fact that glaive has just gone down the stairs, Art can still position himself here quite contently. They're boosting back up.
Oh. Oh.
This has just stalled out. Astralis, you've got some room, but what are you going to do with it here?
Yeah, that is the question. I don't think they know. Still got full yard control. They do go for the boost successfully on the 2nd attempt, so...
Breaking off main. Might be heading around to heaven here.
Could be. Straight from config. Straight round. Concerned about so many different options, but there's never been anyone there. FURIA
There's 2 of them in the rafters now, right? Or at least 1. No, 2 of them in the rafters to deal with this.
yuurih, he's got the AK, so there's no advantage for the T's in this head-to-head aim duel. He's safe from that under peak. It's just going to be a config head-to-head. yuurih, oh, baits the barrel, still gets the frag, and he's still standing ready for it. KSCERATO doesn't even need to help. yuurih
Bombs in heaven.
Has got the round on lock. Get out of this one. No damage inflicted. Farley, 30 HP. KSCERATO needed that one onto blame.
You gotta come up with the ladder, 9 seconds.
Safe, just enough. Forgets the info. They have to plant, but he can get glaive as well. The round falls apart. Farley fake, not gonna get the round. KSCERATO and yuurih have got it on lock. The fangs are here for FURIA. 15, 1 away from a semi-final.
Monster performance out of the 2. We've been talking about yuurih with 29. KSCERATO's just chased him down. 25 kills, the 2 of them. 50 plus frags.
I mean, you were talking about this being one of the underrated duos, but this on top site is just impossible for Astralis to break.
The fact they get 2 of them back up in the rafters as well. Yeah, take the space, Art cleared lobby, nobody home, and that makes the heaven position fortified. 2 players on the rafters, it completely removes any threat, and this has to be it. Astralis are about to get blanked. Not a plant, not a round, nothing. Look at them. They're having a mother's meeting in lobby right now.
This is what they've got. This is all they've been allowed to bring into the final round, or is it gonna be more? It's yuurih again. Opens up. Blind. One. Missed shot out of safe. Config is a threat. Needs to be punished. Onto the top side now. Hiding in the vents, hiding in plain sight. Leg sticking out, betrays KSCERATO. A grey screen for him. And it's just Drop. The newest name in FURIA. And he's got 30 HP. Doesn't stop him onto Farley. Up to Config. Can we really see a 1v3 out of the new blood? And he is going round the world. Config has no idea. This would be a good one for the Drop portfolio. Config still topside. Fakes it out more time for Drop to work his magic. He's concerned about Squeaky. Drop with a 1v3. Considers his options. Checking. Spots him and closes 16! A clean sweep in the second half. Astralis left wanting. They got no answers. And FURIA sail to the semi-final. They'll be meeting one of FaZe or Na'Vi. And if they're watching this game, I'm sure Nuke might be a bit of a question mark. Scary scenes.